Hi, Ruby. How are you?
Hi, Tess. I'm good.
Good to see you.
You too. Always good to see
Okay. I know, right?
you.
We're we're at the end of a school year. So we've got a great topic, I think, yeah, right?
Oh my gosh.
That you're going to be asking me.
Yes. The topic all parents are going to ask. How can I survive summer as a single parent when my teen or tween is home all day and constantly pushing back?
Okay. Here we go. That's
Mhm.
right. We're all in it right now and we were just talking about it right before we hit record. Um so this is a important topic and it's also a common one at this time of year. We are right about mid-June. And here's one of the first things that I'm going to say is to, reset summer expectations early, meaning even if you haven't done it and you're listening to this episode and it's late June, let's just say this will come out next week. But if it's late June, even early July, it's okay. Get going in terms of being proactive. That is one of the first things. Tweens and teens and even younger kids, they're never going to ask for more structure and boundaries, but they need it and they want it, but they're never going to, ask you for it. But it's really important. So start early and set the summer expectations. How I do this, and I would recommend other parents, single parents, is I have a short family meeting. I love family meetings. We'll probably have a topic at some point all about family meetings. Um, to talk through like the summer ground rules, kind of what summer looks like, the summer schedule. Go through with, if you've got a variety of different kids, go through their schedules. Like you're going to be in camp at this point, you're going to be doing this. If your kids are a little bit older, like mine is, just finishing 10th grade, he's not going into camps. We're looking at doing some babysitting and some other work. And so figuring out in general kind of what the summer is going to look like. That's kind of even detailed down to what time you expect them to be in bed, especially we're in bed at night. It can extend during summer. Of course it does. But even in the mornings, we just don't want to let things go to the point that they're just getting up, at 1 o'clock. I usually leave the first at least weekend after school ends or even the first week to leave it completely unstructured, letting, I have an older teen, to let him know it's, so you know what, we're going to do it this way for 1 week, completely unstructured. It's okay. I'm going to let things kind of slide a little bit. And then we usually have the family meeting. We've already talked about doing that
Mhm.
and kind of getting a sense of kind of what we're going to be doing. We're going to go through kind of what the summer is going to look like, the calendar activities. If you have vacations, plug those in. So the kiddos have a sense of like what's happening.
Mhm.
Another important piece are those screen time boundaries, right?
Yes.
Um, Definitely, because here's where I've I've heard from many parents like it just goes off the rails in terms of the summer and then they feel like they can't rein it in or it's just so bad. Set the expectations early by having this meeting and talking about, here's the summer screen time rules. Let's talk about that. What is it going to look like? So is it going to be like just a couple hours during the middle of the day, or maybe there's a big chunk of the day? I know some parents have chunks of the day where the phone goes off, like it's off from 12 to 5. You have a little bit in the morning, it'll go off, it'll go up on the happen on the evening. But talking about those screen time boundaries is important. It can adjust during the summer, which is fine. Talking about all the routines of the house and if they have chores and free time and what their plans are. So in general, just having a meeting to kind of get a sense of like the summer. So that's one thing. Second part is of course I'm going to go back to the screen time to make it work for you
Mhm.
and not against you. So, of course, we need the boundaries, and screens can take over, as I said, and the behavior kind of gets worse. And then you've got a problem heading into the school year if the kids have just been free for all on devices, TV, all of that. So, set a screen time container. And, as I said, it looks like maybe setting it up where um, you can just do a certain amount of time, maybe briefly in the morning, and then it goes off for a good chunk of the middle of the day when it's usually nice outside. And maybe you're planning on going to the beach or just taking a hike, whatever it is, or they're in camp. Of course, they wouldn't have devices. And one of the things to make use of, and you will see it at the bottom of the show notes of this episode, is my tech reset agreement. I've had that for a while. It's a great agreement. It's just a one page, two-sided, and it walks you through how to kind of set those expectations. And you can just write at the top of it, summer tech reset agreement. Third thing is, like we were talking about before, building in like the solo parent recharge time, your own reset time, right?
Important.
Yes. So building that in, and because you really can't parent well if you're completely depleted and you need to have breaks. So pick your non-negotiable reset moments. I would say if you've got multiple kids, they're at home, you feel like you're going to have obviously less free time because they're going to be back, or maybe the camps are shorter. They're not as long as school hours. Pick the time that works for you every day. So I have an example of like, I have mornings, particularly Sunday mornings, that I set aside for my cold dipping with my cold dipping group. And I jump into the San Francisco Bay, and I love it. And fortunately, I have a teenager who sleeps through most of this. I'm up at 6:00 doing this at 7. Then we have coffee together. It's a whole ritual. It's so much fun. It's lovely. And I come home and he's like just getting out of bed. If you have a younger kid and you can't do that, right? Set aside times during the day, maybe when they are going to camp for like a couple hours in the morning, or if you're working, maybe it's a midday. Every day you're just going to have time to walk. Set the time that's going to work for you to kind of reset, and let your tween or teen know this. It's really important to let them know, because you're modeling for them, hey, this is important. It's important for all of us to have this kind of time, is to just have a little downtime, and have no guilt about it. It's really important that you as a mom take care of yourself, or as a dad, take care of yourself and have these times and just say, you know what, I'm doing you can call it whatever you want, but my recharge time, my reset time. You can just hang out for just a little bit, do your own thing. I'm having my time, and do that wherever and however you can. It's really important.